Guys, Quinn and Handyman here. Today we've got a Duravit toilet, and we've got a flush handle here that opens up the flapper. Okay, so when you push on this, it opens up the flapper. So we need to replace this, or just basically switch around some parts on there. It wasn't very clear when they shipped the part from Duravit on the sequencing of these parts. You can see there's a rubber gasket here on the outside of the toilet. The company says that they want that. Actually, they said it's just a shipping part. But what I'm going to do is, because of this toilet and how it is, without that rubber gasket, I'm concerned about the water rising and then going out of this handle here. I mean, because it's just the way they designed this toilet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to disassemble this. I'm going to take that rubber washer. I'm going to stick it on the inside of the tank versus being on the outside, because look how far that distance is away. So we're just going to swap that around. So we still get the seal, but it's going to look a lot better. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is bend. We got to kind of disassemble the whole thing here. So we're just going to straighten that out a little bit so we can pull out the clip here, like that. Kind of the whole thing just kind of falls apart. Just kind of leave that to the side. Save your clip. Yes, the next thing is taking this off. There's a little nut that holds this whole thing on, so we're just going to go in and loosen that up. Back that off. And here come all the parts. So we're going to pull this off. And here is that rubber gasket I was talking about. So we're going to take this off. And we are going to reinsert that. But now we're going to put this on the inside of the toilet. So we still have the seal. Make sure it's flush. Kind of just push it in there so that it's somewhat flat. Okay, and then we'll go put everything back together. So this part was next. And notice on the top here, there's a flat part with no ridges. That part articulates with this part. So if you put it on the wrong way, it won't work. So make sure that you have those two lined up correctly as you're putting it on. And our nut. And the Duravit screws on like a normal, so it's tightening is clockwise and loosening is counterclockwise. The American toilets, it's the opposite to put them on. If you're trying to change a flush handle. The screw goes the opposite way. So that's something to know. So then we get to the tightening here. It's difficult. I mean, it's difficult to do because there's not a lot of space to work. So you're doing like a quarter turn at a time to tighten it. Of course, I'm probably using the wrong tool here as usual. So just tightening it up. You don't have to overkill it, just enough to get that seal to seal. And be strong, something like that. So then we just want to make sure that this is really straight in order to get it back on. So we're going to go back to our handle. That's upside down, that goes like that. And then we'll reset our pin in, just like so. And then we need to bend this top part back, bend the long part back. So that it can't come out. Something like that. All right. Then just make sure everything works. kind of a cool system. They really put some time into thinking about the mechanism and the longevity of the mechanism. It's kind of cool. And then this goes back on. And then we'll turn our water on. Okay. All right, so we're just gonna do a demo flush here. All right, seems to be good. So we're gonna call that good.